You're listening to the Rob and fucking Slim Show. Faggots.
Fuck you.
Oh, there it is.
Fuck you. Fuck.
Rob and Slim
That's
Show.
on repeat. That's amazing.
Oh, why do I do this to myself?
Just terrible decision.
Because you love us.
No.
Steve, where'd my beer go? Is that it?
No, that's not it.
I called a minute ago and I got a voice message. It says like they're currently not available. Please leave a message.
It was supposed to say, leave us your social security number and...
Oh, good. And my MasterCard number. Yeah.
Give me another beer.
Oh, you want another beer?
Yeah.
Steve, I want to pitch you a reality show where me and Ryder Doll come over to your house and we have a pizza party and we don't leave.
Oh, that will never happen.
Oh, man.
Why not?
Eventually we'll bring
pizza party.
Eventually we'll bring
We
Slim
could
over.
do a show from my back patio.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Patio drinking with Steve Coulter.
I like the
I have
idea
a
of...
question. I realize I don't know which one of you is Rob and which is Slim.
Rob has a hat. I don't have a hat.
I'm Rob. I'm Rob.
Rob has a Yankee cap.
Yes.
I like you say I'm Rob. I know that.
I'm Rob.
I mean, like what? Because I looked at I watched the YouTube thing for about a minute. That's all I could say. And so, who has a Yankee cap?
Rob.
Okay, because I have a Yankee cap.
Ooh, bonding.
Oh,
Yes.
We're the same person. So how are you, fellas?
Great. How are you, Steve? How's everything going?
I'm very good. Okay, that's it then. All right, that was a good talk.
It's great talking to
I
you.
like the idea that like a Rob and Ryder reality show where they stay at your house and eat pizza, and like if you stick with it, eventually I'm gonna be there.
Eventually you'll bring Slim in.
There we go.
Maybe. We don't know yet. We don't know if it's going to get that far. But Netflix has already bought it, so we're going to be there as soon as you give us your address, Steve.
I like that. So like I think it's a good way to keep the series going because you keep teasing that I might show up.
Slim might be here someday.
Next season, just keep watching.
Coming season 2. That's fun.
Steve, ever since we've talked, I finally watched The Walking Dead, and I loved Reg.
Oh.
Your character was great. Your scene with Noah when you gave him your notebook, it was awesome. And I watched the episode you died in twice, and I think I was like, all right, the second time I'll be able to watch it, more clearly. But I think I was sadder the second time I watched it when you died. Like I was like, oh man.
I'm sorry, Steve. You're gonna hate me because I only read the comics, but you were Monroe, right?
Yeah, Reg Monroe.
Yeah, I was Regina Monroe in the comics.
Yes. Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah, in the comics, I'm a woman.
Oh no! There was a guy that like was in charge of Alexandria was I can't remember his first name, but it was Monroe, and it was a guy, and then his wife was Regina. Did they like switch the characters?
Yeah, they did.
In the show, she was Deanna. Deanna, right?
Yes. Deanna was the head. In the comic, the guy's the head. He's like a former senator or something.
Yeah. Yep.
And Regina's the wife. And I should have known I was going to die because in the comics, Regina dies sort of in a similar way. She tries to break up a fight. But I'm not very smart.
Your character, though, just like even when she was acting a little crazy, you were the voice of reason. Even when you talked to Maggie and all, like your character was like the one who was, like I said, the voice of reason. Like it was.
Yeah, that's why I had to die because I was optimistic.
Yeah, they don't need somebody that's gonna like.
They don't want a better life.
Yeah, Rick needs to do that at some point. They don't need you to do it before he does it.
You were gonna upstage Rick. They knew that. But yeah, I loved your character, Steve. So good.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
What
very nice of you.
Do you still keep in contact with the actors from Walking Dead?
Some of them, I've run into Andrew here in Atlanta a couple times, just because he lives. I think he lives fairly near where I live. He's usually in a baseball cap. He's a very, very nice fella. I'm trying to think. Some of the people, because I know Melissa. I think I told you guys before. I've known Melissa for like 20 years.
Who does she
I don't
play?
think so. That's Carol.
Carol. Oh,
Yes, Melissa. She's. I didn't think I was gonna like her at the beginning, but I ended up loving her. Like from the beginning of the series.
She was a meek little mouse at the beginning, and she turned into this tiger. And she's turned into one of the best characters on that show.
Wow, you've known her for about 20 years.
Yeah, I first met her, golly, it was like 1991. I was doing like a sketch show, and she was backstage sort of doing some video stuff. And then I took an acting class with her. So off and on, over the years, we've known each other quite. And then she was a casting director for a few years. And she's probably one of the most unassuming actors you could ever meet. She's just... which is weird for her to be so much in the spotlight because she's a very, very, very private person.
Wow.
And now she's one of the most well-known characters in that show.
Probably one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites in that series.
Yeah, I haven't seen the show since the mid-season premiere.
I was going to ask if you still watch.
Yeah, I usually watch. I just haven't had time, and so I'll catch up. I'll catch up with the DVR.
So Steve, I'm curious because you knew that your character was Regina in the comics. So have you read the comics, or did you kind of like read the comics to study that character?
I did a little bit because I wanted to know the background of it and just sort of get an idea of because I know they're pretty true to the comics, but I wanted to get the spirit of it right, not. But I also didn't want to know what was going to happen. So I haven't read the comics since then. Although I may start. There's only one real comic store in Atlanta where you can get them. So I may actually take a look. I'm kind of curious where it's gone.
They're very good.
The one scene I thought you guys were gonna get dark in too. The one scene where one of your sons died, and you guys were like in the house with candles lit, and the other one came back and told you about it, and like. It was pretty dark. Like I thought you guys were just gonna snap right then and there. Like or there would be like some backstory of something crazy you guys did. Like
yeah, I had pretty bad sons. They were.
They were. I loved when Negan killed the one.
That's what I'm gonna say, Spencer, and who was the other son? Because I think they both were in the comics. Spencer and
I should know the name of my own son, shouldn't I?
You should.
Robin Slim.
Elmer.
Oh, maybe they. No, I don't remember Elmer from the comic. I remember Spencer. Maybe it was just Spencer in the comic.
Spencer, there was one other one. There was another one. But the other one was worse. Yeah.
The guy that died first. I met him, like the first day of shooting was the day he went off to die. So I didn't get to know him very well.
He shake your hand and was like, "Nice to meet you. I'm dying today."
I love you, son. Knock him dead, huh?
Yes. And now we're all dead. So the whole family.
I know
all dead.
Yeah. It was sad when she died. I loved when after you died when she was like, "Yes, kill that guy." When she turned at that point. She was like, "Yeah, Rick, you do what you need to do." Like it was great.
Yeah.
It was a turning point. Turning point. What's your new project, Steve? Harry and Meghan, a royal romance.
Oh yes, that's very different.
No zombies.
It's fun because it's no zombies. A lot of British people. It's a big old Lifetime movie. It's kind of funny because we finished shooting. We shot for about a month. We were in Vancouver for about 3 weeks, then we went to Los Angeles because part of the film is a flashback. Spoiler alert: we go to Africa, and they weren't going to really go to Africa, but there's an area north of LA that looks just like the kind of like Botswana. It's where if you guys have seen Westworld.
Yes.
Where the girl's house is, what's her name? The main woman in the dress. The main woman in the dress.
Right, the one that wears the blue dress with the blonde hair. I don't remember what her fucking name is either, but
their house is right near where we shot.
Oh wow!
It had to look like the African wilderness because I played Prince Charles, and after Diana died, he took his sons to Africa to just sort of get them away from all the media and all that stuff. So we have a nice couple scenes in Africa. But it was weird because you'd be driving to the location and you pass the Westworld house.
That's
which
cool.
is the only place you could get cell service, by the way.
Really?
Because it's on a hill.
Yeah.
If you want
And
to
it's-
car, you got to go up to the Westworld house. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like
I
there's
thought
all
you
those
said seltzer.
androids. And
I don't know why I was thinking you were looking for seltzer water. Like, that's what I thought you said.
Steve, do you watch Westworld?
Yes, yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
Cool.
Big
I
fan.
have not
Yeah.
watched the premiere yet. Like the last season, I thought was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great. Fucking Anthony. What is his
Anthony
name?
Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Why did I not
love
remember that?
Anthony
Oh my
Hopkins.
god, his character was amazing in that series. Just
Yeah.
blew me away.
It messes with your head. It's hard. You got to keep pausing it and going, okay, now wait. And the season premiere is really crazy. It's really,
Okay,
they've sort
that's
of
what I was
upped
going to
the
ask you
ante.
because I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet, so it is good.
Yeah, it's very good. They took their time. I guess they took about a year and a half, and they've sort of upped the budget, and it's pretty cool.
Could you tell us something as Prince Charles?
The what? As what?
Could you tell us something as Prince Charles?
Charles, he pauses a lot and he emphasizes certain words, and he says "my boy" a lot, and his voice is about an octave lower than mine. And I just hope you watch the show and enjoy it.
I want to see it right now. And I heard you worked with a lion and Mickey
I
Rourke.
was almost as excited about that as I was working with Al Pacino. Yeah, they told me because there's a scene with a lion. That
Yes.
again, something happens with the lion, and I thought they're probably going to do CG, and they didn't want to. So yeah, we had an actual lion, but the trainer kept saying. He said, he's really new to this. He's really new to this.
Oh my god! So you were just like, I'm gonna get eaten.
Who was easier to work with? Was him or was the lion or Al Pacino easier to work with?
Al Pacino. I think.
Pacino.
The lion was he's like a big kitten, and it's weird because you have this. When you see a really beautiful animal, you have this urge to pet it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was outside its little trailer, its cage, and I'm like a foot away, and you want to reach out. Part of your brain is going, let's pet the kitty.
Yeah.
And the other part of your brain is like, no, pet the kitty.
Yeah.
But it's it was really pretty kind of cool. And, it was still kind of tricky because we weren't allowed to get too close, and the trainer kept yelling at everyone to back away.
Get away.
Everyone wants to see the lion. We also had a giraffe. We had a giraffe, and we had a python. So it's got something for everybody.
It sounds like I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I saw.
Can I'm going to interrupt real quick. Can
Yes.
you, as Prince Charles, give us like a transition for the Rob and Slim Show? Like this is Prince Charles, and you're listening to the Rob and Slim Show.
Yes. Hello. This is Prince Charles, and if I have to listen to any more of this show, I'm going to eat my own face. We'll be right back.
Amazing.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prince.
Yes, there we are.
I saw.
It was kind of fun, though. It was fun because I didn't think my agent sent me the audition, and I was like, they're not going to cast a non-British guy doing it because they said they're asking for like British actors.
Yeah.
Unless you could really do a good British accent. And I had done, weirdly enough, when I first started acting, the only jobs I could get were jobs, they're mainly plays from different parts of England, but they were like working class English or Northern England. I'd never really done proper, upper class British accent. And I thought, and I went online, I saw a picture, and we had kind of the same hair. And I went, well, I got a shot, a little shot. But I'd sent the audition and then completely forgot about it. And then my agent called me like 2 weeks later, and I think he was more surprised than I, because usually they'll call you and they say, we have some good news. And this time he called and he went, guess what?
I was gonna ask, but after doing an audition, like, do you know if you have the part, like, in your head?
No, well, sometimes, no, not really, because there's times where you really want the part, and there's certain parts where you feel like you have a really good shot. And then there's some like this one where I thought I had virtually no chance whatsoever. As soon as I sent it in, I forgot about it because I really thought, they're going to get, because most of the other people are in the film are British or Australian, and I thought they're just going to cast a British guy.
Yeah.
And so that was one of those ones where I completely, I put it out of my mind.
Wow.
And really didn't think I had a shot. That's why it was it was a fun shock, but it was like, and then I was afraid, like, do they think I'm British? Because I'm not British.
Now I got to prove it.
Yeah, like I'll get there. When I knew I think I got it because I was first day of shooting, and the sound guy who puts the mic on and everything, I was talking to him in between shots, and I don't like stay in character or I didn't have to keep talking in a British accent because you prepared enough. So I was just talking like this, and he goes, "Hey man, that's a really good American accent." And I went, "No, that's
wow.
that's me talking to you." Then I thought, okay, maybe I've got this. So we'll see though. America will see on May 13th.
Nice. We shall.
So,
I saw too. You were in one of Slim's favorite shows. You were in Dawson's Creek.
Oh, I fucking
oh my God!
never gonna wait.
I forgot about that.
As a creepy guy, what did you do that was so creepy?
Yes, I was the. Well, it was weird because it was a guy. He's actually, you think he's a homeless guy in a library. He's sort of stalking. What's his name? Katie Holmes.
Not even
and it turns out he's an undercover cop.
Oh.
So it's pretty. Yeah.
Oh.
But it was weird because that was one of those ones. We actually, when I shot that, I was. Oh, they shot that in Wilmington, North Carolina. So I was going to drive there, and I just left. I was just about to get on the highway, but it was the morning of September 11th.
Oh.
And I turned on the radio, and I think the second tower had just fallen, and I hadn't had the news on, and I just pulled over to the side of the road, and I called home, and they were telling me what had happened, and so I just got in my car and turned back home, and we actually didn't shoot for that was a Tuesday, and I think they postponed it. I went there on a Friday, and it was a very weird time, obviously, the whole country, and it was weird to be doing a silly TV show.
I've never talked about it on the show, but I was in New York the night before.
Really?
Oh wow!
I was supposed to stay
God.
at a friend's that night that was going to FIT, but I had to be at work the next morning, so I stayed at my other friend's in North Jersey, and
Oh God!
I was driving back down here while it was happening, and I was just watching. The only people going south were regular cars, and the only people going north were military vehicles. And I was listening to it all on the radio. It was the creepiest, most surreal thing. And what we woke up with was I was at my buddy Chris's house, the guy I stayed at in North Jersey, and one of our other friends, I think it was my buddy Tim, called Chris to tell him just turn on the TV. Just turn the TV on. Yeah.
I walked into my first period, I think it was science class or something.
Yeah.
And it was right on the TV. I'm like, what?
You could see people in other cars. Everybody had the same shocked look on their face. It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember people were just walking around, just
Yeah.
That was not.
Even when I made it to work, all we did was just sit in the back room of the store and listen to the radio. No customers even came in that day. It was just, it was crazy. It was
And
nuts.
Slambo, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Slambo was saying too, me and him are a lot younger, so we were in high school, seventh grade of eighth grade of high school, and we remember the whole day in school we were just watching the TV. It's rough.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
It was a very rough day. Yeah, it's odd. I've been up in New York a lot since then, and it's hard to believe that city just turned it around. And I've been down to the new World Trade Center, and it's just, it's kind of so. Well, now that we're completely depressed.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was bringing it there.
So you guys were in 8th grade?
Well, me and Slambo were. So there's a little bit of an age gap here.
These guys,
we're youngins. Me and Slambo actually have known each other since 7th grade, and we are both the same age. We are both 30. As of tomorrow, I am officially 30.
Ooh.
Oh my God! Birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, Z.
Wow.
And Rob is about 65. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, it's only
I
got-
can't remember if I asked you, how did you guys meet?
I used to work with Slim at a job.
He used to
years
throw
ago.
rocks at me. He was like, "Look at this retard."
The story I tell people
Yeah.
is, I used to throw rocks at him. And then one day he was like, "You want to do a podcast?" And I was like,
Yeah.
let's do
After
it."
a rock, just like he threw a real heavy rock at me, and I was like, I know what to do here. I'm just gonna try to get him to do a radio
I'm just
show
gonna
with
take
me.
it to the phase and do a radio
And then,
show.
yeah.
So
That's so sweet.
But no, yeah, it was. We met. We were working together on an overnight job, and we started talking. And Rob had told me that he was in radio, and I was exploring a lot of different avenues of creativity. And I had been listening to a lot of, I had been listening to a lot of morning radio, and hearing Rob that was in radio, I was like, well, let's do something. So we got together, we did it, and here we are.
And we started, Steve. He had a cousin that did it with him. And I was like, your cousin sucks, Slim. You gotta fire him or I'm gonna. And a day later, he fired his own cousin for me. So
I still love my cousin to death,
I
but
don't.
he was a very young child at the time. He was like 19.
he was a
You know,
sweet
and
boy.
But I knew it wasn't going to go far if we kept him on.
One
and that's-
episode, because I figured out he kind of sucked. I was like, all right, you just sit there in a body bag the whole time. And he couldn't even do that, Steve. So I was like, yeah, you got to fire your cousin.
And I did.
You can fire your own cousin. That's like Fredo and Godfather 2. Just send them out on the lake.
And then the next week, someone's like, I got this guy, Pete, who's going to come. And I'm like, yeah, and Pete's still with us. Pete is right there. Right there.
Pete's Lamborghini. So eventually I got it right. Eventually I figured out who was right for radio and who was wrong for radio.
Yeah.
And there's so much money in radio.
Yeah. Not for us.
Yeah, Steve, we're millionaires.
I can tell by what. Now, one thing I noticed is, in looking at the video is, do you have heat in your studio? Because there's like everyone is all bundled up and constantly drinking.
There's hot water
like, what?
baseboard.
It's like they haven't paid their heating bill and their alcohol. Basically,
We keep it
that's the
cool
impression I get.
so we can drink more.
That's what it seemed like. Like they saved their heating money.
Yeah. That is a good assumption, Steve.
That's good. Have you guys seen A Quiet Place?
A Quiet Place. No, but I heard
I
another
wanna
guy
see
we
it.
talked to had talked about that. It was
Our
amazing.
buddy Kevin Israel saw it. Said it was great.
Yep.
It's good. It's really, really, really good.
I saw
Really
you were
terrifying.
in all 4 of the Hunger Games, Steve.
Oh, wow.
No, just the first one.
Oh, okay.
I think I died. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think, they made some reference to, they got rid of all the whatever I was.
Yeah. So you were credited for all 4 because they just kept showing your dead body in the other movies?
I wish then they'd have to pay me.
Hey, Steve, we need you to come so we gotta shoot you laying on the ground again.
what was the coolest thing about filming that
Where are you
movie?
guys located?
We're in Jersey. We're in Jersey.
We're in Jersey.
South.
Because it's Jersey, South Jersey.
By
Yeah.
Long Beach Island.
We're like 20,
Oh, okay.
30 minutes away from LBI and like 20, 30 minutes away from Atlantic City.
Yeah.
In the middle
okay.
there. We're technically, if you Google the town we're in right now, we are Gotham City.
Yeah, technically it would be.
Yeah, Rob's shaking his head like, what? No, literally like Mystic Island. Well, we're in Tuckerton, but there's a town very close to us that's like Mystic Island and kind of connected to Tuckerton. And if you look it up on Google, there is a map of Gotham City that somebody compared to our town, and it is literally the same town.
Yeah, we're
So
in
we
the
are.
woods. We're in the woods.
Yeah.
Do you all grow up in the same town?
I was from up north. These guys are from down
Oh, okay.
here. They're
Okay.
I was brought down here as an infant, so
Yeah.
all I know.
these guys are locals.
Oh, okay.
I grew up on
Did you go-
Long Beach Island.
Oh, okay. I've never been to South. I've driven through Jersey several times, but I don't think I've ever been to South Jersey. I've never been to the shore, the Jersey Shore.
That's where you
I've
gotta
listened
go.
to it through Mr. Springsteen, so I have a pretty good idea. There's a boardwalk and there's Crazy Eddie.
Crazy Eddie. We love him.
Remember Crazy Eddie?
Yes.
We have a character called Crazy Slammy.
Yeah, because I loved that commercial as a kid. We have our intern Lamborghini do his own version called Crazy Slammy. Yes, I love Crazy Eddie.
So, Steve, what we did is because Rob was such a big fan of Crazy Eddie and had introduced us all to Crazy Eddie, and Rob was like, Lamborghini has to do commercials like this. So we dressed him up in like a Hawaiian t-shirt or like one of those Hawaiian button-ups, and he just took, what did he have? That he was just
a hammer?
A hammer?
No, the first one I had a samurai sword. The second one I had a hammer.
Okay, the first one he had a samurai sword, and we just gave him like all antiques. And
all like 80s like Commodore computer screens and shit.
And he's like, I'm gonna slash your prices.
I'm slamming prices.
And just like hitting him with this fucking samurai sword.
And we were throwing like candy canes and shit at him because it was the Christmas.
Oh my God.
Sale.
Do you guys remember Cookie Puss?
Yes.
Oh, yes. It was always the same shaped cake, but it was always just a different character, like a light bulb and a Carvel.
I don't know the Cookie Puss.
My uncle used to work for Carvel, and he used to steal Cookie Puss cakes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. And actually on Urban Dictionary, because Ryder Doll does a weekly segment for us, Ryder Reacts to Urban Dictionary. One of the Urban Dictionary terms is Cookie Puss, and the Urban Dictionary definition is where you put your dick on a girl's nose or something like but they show a picture of the Cookie Puss because he kind of looks like that.
That's amazing.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to wash after this conversation. And Steve never ate ice cream again.
Steve, what ice cream are we going to eat after the pizza party is what I want to know.
I don't know. Well, that would be a great idea.
Right?
But I don't know. She seems really cool.
She is.
Through her tweets and stuff. She's a pretty smart person. I like her.
I love our interaction with you. It's so much fun. So much fun and so cool.
Very nice.
She's a huge Walking Dead fan, too.
Huh?
She's a huge Walking Dead fan.
Oh, and she said she's a big Meghan and Harry follower. So
yes, she's gonna be watching.
That'll be fun.
She will be.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
So what else is new?
You were in The Conjuring 2, Steve?
Yes, I was in one of my I played several priests now. I did that Conjuring 1 and 2, and then I did that thing with Pacino last year. Nobody really saw it though, called Hangman, and I was a priest.
Oh, okay.
And then I was almost a priest on the second season of Mindhunter?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Netflix. So they had me. What they do is they call you and they pin you. They call it pinning you, where they get you to sort of commit, but it means it's like between you and another guy. Oh. So you have to hold the dates. And but I wasn't too disappointed because I played a lot of priests now.
Yeah.
So.
I thought you were a priest in Fast and Furious.
Oh, I was. That's right.
Wow.
I was in that too.
Yes, I thought so.
I was like, if you can see me in that movie, you get a prize because it's very, very brief.
That's amazing.
Very brief.
Do you like the priest roles, or when like somebody says you're going to be the priest, or you're like, oh, not again?
That old gag.
Yeah, because actually this one, because at the same time that I was up for the priest in Mindhunter, I was also up for a priest in the new season of True Detective. And they were shooting right around the same time, and I thought, should I tell them? Because it was like I would have played two priests within a week. And,
two priests one week. That sounds like that sounds like a dirty video.
Two priests, 1 week.
Oh, no.
Steve, Ryder just said to tell you she's gonna tweet you live when you're on Meghan and Harry.
Oh, great!
She's definitely supporting you on that.
I'll tweet back.
Cool.
I will tweet back. Steve. And they gave me a bald spot. I went in. Well, I actually asked them because the real Prince Charles has a pretty pronounced bald spot.
So do
and I don't have one.
I got one coming
So I said, can you give me a bald spot? And they said, really? You really want it? And I said, yeah. So they shaved me, which I still have, unfortunately. It's starting to grow back.
I figured they'd rub it. I figured like that would be more natural, a nice rubbing instead of a shaving.
Yeah. Well, they did it. It was a shaving, and they had to keep shaving it like over the course of a month. It was like, and I would play with it. You don't want to know that, but I would play with it at night.
Yeah.
I do want to know that.
While you were playing with something else.
Stop playing with your bald patch, Steve.
Playing with my bald spot. No, literally, it was my bald spot.
2 priests, 1 bald spot.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's the second. That's the sequel.
That's when you really take that sexual move.
Yeah, when you really...
Yeah.
Surprise the audience there. You thought the first one was edgy.
This one, we explore new ground. This is the life of the Hollywood elite. This is what we do.
This is where we all end up.
That's what we do.
Oh, Steve, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you as always.
Oh, fuck you.
Gotta fucking thank you. Could you, besides the Prince Charles one, could you say this is Hollywood actor Steve Coulter and you're listening to the Delectable Scumbags or whatever?
You want to say that as Charles or as me?
As you.
As you. We love you.
As me?
Yes.
This is Hollywood actor Steve Coulter. And I'm appearing with the delightful scumbags, Rob and Slim. Rob's the old one. Is Rob the old one?
Yes.
Yes.
Rob is the old one.
It's like 75.
How did you meet the boys? Did you just go by a school one day?
I was at the bus stop.
we all met when me and Slambo were in 7th grade.
I had a lot of candy, Steve.
He had Pokemon cards. He lured us in.
Did you have a puppy? Yeah, that's what you want to be in. You want to be in. Oh, I have a quick story.
The box said 3 puppies, but my dick was inside it.
What is your quick
What's
story?
your quick story?
Quick story. When I was in high school, I was in the little drama club, whatever, and the teacher brought in this DJ. This guy who's a big DJ in Cleveland, Ohio. I wish I knew his name because then I could. He should be in prison now. And he said, "Do you want to be in radio?" Which is probably what Rob said to you guys.
Yeah.
He didn't have a puppy. Well, this guy seemed like really cool. He was like, he wasn't like typical grown up. We thought, yeah, and I was like in 11th grade. So he said, "Come on down to the studio." So we go down to the studio, and then he goes, "Hey, why don't you come up? Want to come up to my apartment?" And me and my buddy. Luckily, it was me and my buddy. We were like, "Cool, man! This DJ's asking us back to his place. You know where this is going." And then we're there, and he goes, "You want to take a steam bath?"
Oh my God.
Me and my friend looked at each other and went, "Oh, we're about to be abused." And we just, I don't know what we said, but we got out of there very, very, very quickly.
Was your friend's name Dudley? Were you in a bike?
Huh?
Was your friend named Dudley, and were you in a bicycle store?
We were very sad because we thought, oh, because this guy was making us think, yeah, you guys could be on radio, you'd be great. I was like, yeah, that ended my career in radio. So,
I'm glad you didn't fall for it like Slim did.
So I'm guessing he took the steam bath.
He did. You should have seen him in that steam bath.
You guys should look up steam bath in Urban Dictionary. It's not pretty.
We will. Steve, before you go, so you think that like I should definitely like commit the time to watching the premiere of Westworld?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Definitely. But you're gonna have to like. I had to go online after and go like, well, what did I just see? Because some of it's like 3 different time periods. One's like the present, one's 30 years before, and one's like 2 weeks earlier. So it's really kind of tricky.
Yeah.
But it's very cool. It's a whole different feel this season.
I mean, I watched
definitely.
when
You saw the first
when I
season?
was watching the first season of Westworld, it was already released completely, so I was watching it on Amazon Prime through my HBO subscription, and so like I did do a little Googling because I like after every episode, you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
I like stuff like that.
No, it's a brilliant series.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna now, like tomorrow when I'm sober, I will watch
It's definitely
the
worth
premiere.
it.
Yeah.
When you're sober, that's so sweet.
When the heat comes back on, Steve.
when I'm sober and the heat's working.
Yeah. Take off your coat. It'll be great.
You're great,
Don't forget,
Steve.
get to bed early tonight, and I'll come and read you a story.
Ooh.
Bedtime stories with Steve Coulter.
Oh, I like
starts
that.
next week.
From Father Coulter.
Oh, yes.
You can rub my bald spot if you could.
All right, thank you, Steve.
Love you, Steve. Where can everybody find you?
All right. I'll come see you again.
Awesome. We will.
Talk again.
We will have you back again. Have a good one.
All right. You too, guys. Take care.
You
Take
too.
care, Steve.
Bye.
Bye, Steve.
Cool.
We will go to break, but we will be back with a special.
Ooh.
A special.
Special.
Why is he flicking his wrist?
He's getting ready.
I just pet this fucking cat and I got like hair all over.
What did you say? Was it? I don't even remember what interview it was. Jeremy, I think you were just like cat NATO. Like, what the?
Yes.
I was whispering. I guess it caught.
No, it was
You didn't whisper it.
was
You said it into the mic.
NATO.
I was whispering it, guys. Carnado.
I was thinking it really loudly.
I was actually saying it to the cat.